Hello again, everyone. Jim Johnston here with Knowledge Based Realty with uh, December 4th version of Southwest Florida's market report. This section I'm calling By the Numbers because that's really what it is. So welcome back. And I haven't been here in a couple of months. Just been incredibly busy. There's been a lot going on, as we all know, in the world. And real estate here has been keeping me hopping, and it's been busy, so I apologize for that, but I try to do these pretty frequently. And if you're new, welcome. If you haven't seen me here in a while, I wasn't ignoring you. Just it's been a hectic time with the election and Thanksgiving, and we've gotten all that behind us. We still got to get through uh, Christmas, but as everybody knows, we're approaching season, if you will, here in Southwest Florida. This is the time of year when things traditionally get busy from a real estate perspective. So I thought I'd bring you up to speed with some numbers um, that I've pulled together from the Bonita Estero Board of Realtors. Um, this board is one of four, I believe, here in Southwest Florida, and this is strictly numbers that they've compiled. It's not numbers that I've pulled together. It's not from my broker. These are actually from the Bonita Estero board. So it's their stats based on what they see flowing through their information. It's their data. So I've pulled together four charts that you'll see as an attachment here to this mailing, and I'd like to review them briefly with you. If you have questions on any of this is a whole. This is all of Southwest Florida, basically from Punta Gorda down to Marco Island on the western half of the state. Um, if you'd like more information on your specific neighborhood, um, reach out to me. I can pull these stats off and narrow it down for you and customize it for you. Whether you're a buyer or seller, all of this should be good information that you should be able to have for hip pocket information. So whether you're going to buy or sell, um, or just want to know the value of your home and what's happening in the market, this is good information aside from what you see on TV on a global or national level. This is zeroed down to Southwest Florida. So what you'll see here, let's dive into it. You'll see on these graphs, there are four of them. The first one is historic sales by year. The second we'll touch base on is historic sales price trend. Okay. The third one is days on market versus list price median. And the fourth and last was sales price and list price ratios. So we're going to talk a little about each of these, and feel free to call with any questions that you have on any one of these, or if you want something in your specific neighborhood. This is all single. These are all not single. These are all homes in Southwest Florida, not lots, not rentals. These are actual sales numbers from the board. It's compiled as the average of all sales, which includes smaller sales from $100,000 manufactured homes through $10 million homes and condos in Naples, Marco Island. So it's the average is what you're going to see here. So let's talk about them briefly, if we may. The first chart, you'll see it's a graph that includes historic sales by year. This goes back sometime. It goes back to 2018. You'll see. So it gives you a good average running of the years. And I noticed a common thread through this that I want to talk about. You'll see different colors. I apologize that the board used. I didn't pick this. I would have done it differently. But two of the colors for 23, for 22 and 23 are too close. The colors are so close, it's hard to tell the difference. But what you'll notice is the light green is actually from 21. The next color down is kind of a burgundy or maroon. That is from 22. The next one's almost a blue, is from 19. What you'll notice as we get through this is if we throw out the pandemic, we're kind of back to normal figures in terms of sales, time on the market. There's a common thread where we're back to normal times. It's not that things are that bad. they're not good, they're great like they were and crazy during the pandemic. On average, they look a lot like 18, with exception to higher values. The days on market and all of that stuff you'll see are quite similar. But this gives you this graph should give you some good information so that you can see the sales by year in all of Southwest Florida. It's just good general information for you to have so you can see what kind of growth that we're experiencing here. I'm not going to spend a lot of time on that because you can take a look at the spaghetti on the graph all you like. Okay. The second chart is a historic sales price trend. What you will see is the prices have gone up and are going up in Southwest Florida. If you go back to January of 14, I didn't pick it. It's just what the board pulled together. They went all the way back. It's good information, gives you a little bit more of a trend. But back in January 2014, the average home sale price in Southwest Florida was $190,000. 189,950 is what they show on the data. And you can see where it's gradually gone up until we hit pandemic. It's not so gradual. Things changed, and so in January of 20, a little bit after January 22, you can see where it spiked, and we've had some ebbs and flows since then. That went up to about $463,000 average in Southwest Florida, and we've had some slight ups and downs, not big dips. It hasn't gone crazy. It's a little depressed since then. It's down to an average of $410,000 as of last month, actually. So this gives you a little bit of a trend of what's happening here. Things just aren't that depressed. So then you say, okay, what's the time on the market? Things are sitting on the next graph is days on market versus list price median. Days on market isn't really off target when you compare it to pre-pandemic. We've gone through some crazy times with the pandemic, and everything came off the market very quickly. That was out of character. We're kind of back to where things should be at this point in time. The market's actually settled down and gotten back in its groove, and that's just where we are. So we have less real estate agents because things just aren't handed to them here. It's gotten more normalized. Okay, so work continues and we're back as normal. So if you look at the list price, you'll see that they've gone up as to what their list price of what they're asking. And you look at days to sell, you'll see that the shorter times to sell was actually from January 21 through middle of 22. Again, hardcore pandemic. Things were just coming off the shelf as fast as they could put them on. A lot of them 0 days on the market. But if you compare the beginning and start of that, you'll see that we're right back about where things were in 2018, which is where I believe this 2018, which is where this starts. We're not actually quite as long as they were in 18, but again, things have normalized. So prices are continuing to go up. Okay, it's like everything else, like a bag of groceries. I don't want to go on that, but our days to sell we're back to normal. Is kind of the message here, and back to pre-pandemic. So if I move on to the next chart, you'll see sales price versus list price ratios. You know, the normal rule of thumb, and probably in any market in the U.S., I believe. I'm a Southwest Florida realtor, and I don't sell in Montana or Indianapolis or Philly. But from talking to friends, and my daughter's a real estate agent in Indianapolis, the normal is about list to 0.95 or 0.97 of list. So we're kind of back to that. It's kind of back to where we started in 2018, and you'll see that's where we still are. You'll notice the big flat spot on the top of the graph here. They stopped sampling at 100%. A lot of things were coming off the market at 105, 110, 120%. That data just doesn't show here the algorithms, the software and the machine stops at 100% and it just shows a flat line. A lot of houses were selling more, and that's the reason we had prices go up and up and up. So but you'll see before and after the pandemic, you see the spike up, and you see I don't want to say spike, you see the drop, the cliff on the other side. But things have gone back down, and they pretty much leveled off and equalized. So a lot going on here. We're approaching season. Whether you want to list your house to sell it, I say list it. Let's sell it, not just list it. We work. There's no substitute for hard work. That's how you sell a house. We advertise everywhere, including internationally. I have about almost 45,000 people in my database. Our broker has about 180,000 in our database. We broadcast them everywhere. If you're interested in taking a look at a home in Southwest Florida, even a video, if you can't be down here right now, but you're going to plan a trip in a few weeks, let us know. Call me, let me know, and we'll get you set up and get you in the system so we can do a video showing for you. We do these all the time. If you want information on your particular neighborhood, so you can get a neighborhood analysis, I'll be glad to do those for you. Call me. Again, my name is Jim Johnston with Knowledge Based Realty. My cell phone number is 239-318-5631. Have a great day. Thanks. Bye.